Story, we're the Vassals now. That damn transmission was the greatest mistake of our time. But who could have guessed it would have turned out like this? The humans were a fledgling interstellar race. The escorts they sent for first contact were armored in assorted composite plating, and their weaponry was little more than crude nuclear missiles. With only 10 systems under mankind's banner, they were a weakness, a bypass to the defensive line of the Zeptite state. So we did what we always did. A transmission was sent to the humans. Your state is too weak to survive in this harsh galaxy. We demand a list of terms to assure the protection of our mutual interest, survival. Term 1. The current governing body of humanity, the Planetary Treaty Organization, is disbanded. A Zeptite client state will be created that encompasses all of your territories barring exceptions. Term 2, Sirius, will be seized by the Zeptite state. Term 3, a tithe of slaves, energy, and minerals will be shipped to Zurich Prime annually. Term 4, the human armed forces will be disbanded. Term 5, border fortifications will be created on the frontier with the Fire Coalition to the galactic south. These terms are non-negotiable, and failure to comply within 1 month will result in a declaration of war with the stated aim of achieving these terms. The humans waited for 27 days before responding. In that period, revolts and unrest spread across the Zeptite nation while the Goks launched a rebellion. Everyone could tell this was the work of human meddling. One of the most important values of modern human society is the pursuit of freedom for all individuals. We have gathered information from your other client states that these values cannot be upheld. The Zeptite state has placed the Goks, Korix, and Feltum under an oppressive vassalage, eradicating entire cultures in favor of your own and censoring history. We are under no delusions that you will act any different with humanity. As such, the human populace has elected to refuse your ultimatum. We will not be the end or government to your Germany. We couldn't pursue the humans for this insult. The Navy had to focus on putting down the second Goks insurrection. We would let them be, if only momentarily. 20 years passed. Human society had completely transformed. New systems, worlds, and peoples fell under the flag of man. Weapons development ventures doubled and then tripled. Forges burnt with the fires of alloys day and night. Fleets were assembled and men signed up in droves. Our transmission had awakened something, serving as the kindling for a long-dead martial spirit, eager to burn across our worlds. But Zeptia was stronger. Our grand flotillas were the bane of all Orion. No species had resisted, and humanity would not be the first. The transmission was once again sent to Earth, albeit more strongly worded. But now, the response was not a passionate defense of egalitarianism. It had been replaced by a declaration of war. Your first transmission 2 decades ago injected adrenaline into the apparatus of human society. We have toiled for 2 decades to prepare for this day. As such, Shumanshili has elected to declare a state of war between our nations with the intent to destroy your system of government and liberate all of the oppressed peoples under your control. The response was mocked and scoffed at. The common opinion was that there was no species as worthless and arrogant man who dared to point a sword at his only route out of war. That was our first mistake of many. The human fleets, now modernized and enlarged, surged over the border. Our scattered, demobilized task forces were isolated and destroyed in their moorings, while worlds fell under the human jackboot faster than planetary defenses could hastily be organized. A lightning campaign like never seen before had swept up our nation. It hadn't even been considered that humanity could ever touch the Zeptite core, but they entered unopposed by the once revered arsenal of our kind. That was where I came in. My dutut, the defeated would brandish the great shame of surrender and sign the treaty that would condemn my people to chattel. Admiral Baru, thank you for coming. We'll skip the pleasantries. Just read this document and sign here, said President Marcus, gesturing toward the thick slab of paper. Terms of surrender for the Zeptite state. Article 1. The governing body of Zeptite society will be disbanded. A new civilian government will be created under human supervision to aid in the removal of extreme ideologies. Article 2. Zurich Prime will be placed under military occupation for an undefined period of time. So far, the treaty seemed just like any other. They would remove our noble overseers, send our people to re-education camps, and destroy our heritage. Article 3. The Zeptian Navy will be reduced to 6 cruisers, 67 destroyers, 124 patrol craft. Article 4. The governing body will be formally inducted into the Solar Treaty Organization as a client state. I gasped, rereading the sentence multiple times. You have a sick sense of humor, you humans. We believe that it will benefit your civilization if the strong, guiding hand of humanity is present to steer the course, stated President Marcus blandly, hiding his real feelings. Why can't you just leave us be? For the same reasons you tried to subjugate us. We realized that your state posed a risk to galactic stability, so we neutralized it and now want to oversee this region to ensure continued peace. We have to defend ourselves, just like you. You said that like you put down a sick animal. You destroyed our proud civilization. I shouted. You prodded a giant content to slumber. The Zeptite state was responsible for its own collapse. That's all for today. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this. Make sure to subscribe to our channel.